there's a very famous thing in consulting, especially when you start a new consulting engagement. It's called silence problem. What that means is that when you talk to the clients and you're trying to do an assessment of their problem statement, sometimes clients are not very clear themselves,
Yes.
or they're hesitant
Yes.
because there's internal politics, there's a conflict of metrics. So how do you get them to talk?
Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge in that assessment phase, is to say, even if the SVP or the CIO or the, CEO himself or herself says, we need this assessment done, and you get into data collection meetings and everyone is just kind of giving you surface level answers, right? How do you get them to talk more? The key there is people trust people, no matter what technology, what tools. If you can say that I don't understand full context, I understand these pieces. What else is in your life? Can you talk a little bit about where are the challenges? Can you help us understand that context? I think if you approach it that way, then they're a little more open. And there's some tactical tricks of data collection where when you ask a question, they say 2 or 3 second silence is always important. It's called the golden silence, right? So there are techniques like that when you're doing data collection, there's a 2 or 3 people team. There's some junior consultant who's making, some notes or scribing. These days AI does it for you, but silence is also important. The respect for not knowing all the context is important, and establishing that upfront to help them open up. And then there's this whole thing called Socratic method, right? Don't ask questions that are just yes or no, although I get a lot of that from my teenage kids, but you ask them open-ended questions, right? How are you feeling? Why did this problem happen? Even when you knew the answers, why couldn't you solve it? What were the constraints? Things like that gets them talking, and you can get to the data points.
I feel like that sounds like therapy. Consulting's like therapist, right?
Exactly.